So in this video, I receive an Ahai energy healing session from my friend, and I wanted to show my reaction to when I receive energy healing. I just think it's really, really incredible, and I want to share more stories of Ahai and how Ahai works, how it affects people, how it transforms lives, how big of an impact it really has on the energetic body, on the physical body, on your life. And I personally work with Ahai. That's the energy healing that I do. And receiving it is a beautiful, wonderful gift. And so I received energy healing this day, and I wanted to show more about what Ahai does and more about my experience with Ahai personally, and to share what I go through as well on my own healing journey, because I also go through it, right? And so, as an energy healer, I'm not perfect. I am not 100% healed. If I was 100% healed, if we were 100% healed, we wouldn't be here. Like, that's part of the growth and the journey of the human experience is to learn, grow, be, heal, have fun, play, go through the depths and the darkness and the shadow work and come out on the other side as the love and light that you are. And we can't get to the love and light without going through that work, without going through our healing journey. And so I hope you enjoy this video. My I feel like my energy was in a different dimension, which it was. Like it's so crazy like to explain that because it's like I was semi-conscious, like I was technically awake the whole time, but at the same time I wasn't. Like does that make sense?
Yeah. It does that happen a lot or every once in a while or
Oh, like every time for me. Like every time. Like I don't usually like drift off. I think it's been like maybe once, literally. I don't even want to say twice that I've actually like drifted off into sleep during a session like with Ahai and like come out of it. Like I'm usually pretty conscious, but my energy is literally like I'm astral traveling and conscious at the same time. If that makes sense. Like that happens to me all the time. Like it's very common for me. Even when I'm
in
like doing a session, I'm like, okay, Carly's still here, Carly's conscious. But then when I come out of the session and I'm like explaining the session to the client, I'm like, I don't know, I don't remember what just happened. Like I don't know what is going on. It's so bizarre because it's like part of me is conscious, but the other part of me, like the spiritual part of me, I guess, is like was totally in another whatever was happening. And I only recognize that when I'm out of the session. Is that bizarre?
like in the session you're not like thinking about that. That makes sense.
And then like when I
Interesting.
come out of the session, my energy comes back into my body and I'm like, whoa, we were somewhere else. Something else was going on. Carly was conscious, but something else was going on. Yeah, it's bizarre. Like I feel like I conscious channel more than I trance. Like I don't ever black out. Like I've only ever done that maybe like once, you know?
The everything you just described, I feel like you've been doing that like your whole life.
Even as a kid growing up, I will wake up and have to be like, okay, you're Carly Crow, you're in this time period, it's this date. Like, and most of the time I don't know what date, like what the date is, but I feel like that's pretty common. But I will literally wake up and not know who or where I am for as long as I can remember. Like, I have to like go through the checklist of like who I am, where I am, because I feel like I time hop a lot to like other lives. Most of my dreams are of other lives too.
Yeah, a big theme that they wanted you to know and they were like clapping, like cheering, like at the end a bunch of keys flew out, like literally
Okay.
golden keys. Like I was like,
Like in
whoa.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, it was like that, but not the chaotic. It was just like like this is the key. Or I don't know what it really means, but basically you're like super grounded now. And they showed me like your feet, like before you had this like flipper that could swim through water and be on the ground. And then they showed
Uh-huh.
me your feet like anchored into the ground. And they were like, she's so grounded now that like they were like, her root actually needs to expand even more. So we expanded your root even more. This relates to what you're saying. It's like you can't, like you had to ground, you had to get yourself to like just even ground, like square one. Like that was so challenging energetically.
Yes. Yes. It
And
took
like now you're
many
like
years.
now you're like anchored in. Like that's a huge disparity, dissonance. I don't know. It's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like that's epic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why I had the migraines since I was 14. And the time period from when I was a kid to when I was um 14, there was a little bit of a time period where I turned off my gifts, and then my gifts were opening up, but I was afraid. And so I was popping out of my body for 15 years
Hmm.
because of the fear and the programming and the turning it off. And I dealt with migraines for 15 years, and they have dulled down dramatically,
Hmm.
like dramatically in the last year. Like it's insane. And I never thought that I could ever get to this point. I literally thought that I just had to deal with it for the rest of my life, which is not true. And flipping the narrative on, I don't have to be a sick person, I don't have to have health challenges, I don't have to be in chronic pain, was huge for me. Like, and that's all human stuff, but the spiritual stuff is like, yeah, grounding for me, the message that I have to share with grounding is authenticity and truth. The core of it is literally just accepting yourself and loving yourself. Like that's what it is, you know?
It's no coincidence that you had a Capricorn moon in the sixth house. So the sixth house
Yeah.
is literally the body. Like it's a grounding energy. It's Virgo. It's grounding. It's the body. It's routines. It's getting into your body. And like that was literally like you had other energies there. You had Uranus and Neptune, which Neptune is like not in your body. It's like in the astral. So you had like this like energy not allowing you in your body, but you had to like go there anyway. So like it was like part of your path to like figure out how to get in your body. And that's where you
Yeah.
felt safe because your moon was there.
Yeah. I feel like my ego was tricking me to think that it wasn't safe because of the pain and the health challenges that I experienced. You
Yeah,
know,
that makes sense. Because
that was a
Virgo
tough one.
has health challenges. Yeah. So that was like one of your like main lessons. Obviously, there's more than one because you're an advanced soul, but that was like one of the main lessons. You're you're part of fortune, which is like Capricorn sixth house being in the body. So like that I feel like is like a big key code for you. Like it's like all that knowledge that you collected in your first incarnation is like actually not, it's like actually going to be really helpful for you. You did that, yes, and that was very hard. And now you get to take that gold and do something with it. Just to like loop it back to what we did with your root. So like they were like, yeah, she's super grounded now, so her root actually has to expand more. So like we just expanded it out as much as it could go. I kind of let them determine, but it was pretty big. So like definitely upgrade energy. And I feel like with that adjustment, I feel like you're gonna feel like pretty different. Intuitively, that's what I'm thinking. I would say over the next like couple weeks to a month, like check in with how grounded you are, how grounded you feel. Like I feel like you're gonna feel a big difference.
Yeah. Like my intuition is kind of like, well, this is kind of leading me into where I even want to anchor into. Like, where do I even want to go? Like, what do I want to do kind of thing. And it's like, what do I want to do? Yes. But it's like action steps. It's the masculine. It's the, how am I going to get to where I want to go? Like, I feel like there's a whole plan in place that's going to root in from that.
Yeah, that's like exactly what I was getting. Like it was basically like now's the time that you anchor into where you need to go. Like you're gonna be led. You don't have to do any of the work.
Amazing. Great.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
exactly.
I'm tired. Just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
pull me
You're not
there. Like,
you're not meant to
no.
do any work. You're meant to just
No.
like they're
I
literally
just
showing me right now, they're showing me like picking you up and like dropping you down. They're like,
absolutely.
she doesn't need to be doing any more work.
No.
So I'm getting like the only thing you have to worry about is just taking that leap when it comes. That's it. They're like, you don't have to do anything. It's just when that comes forward, jump. It's almost like when you're standing at the like the platform, and the train comes up, and it's like so easy to like walk on, and you're like, is this my train? I think it is my train, but I didn't like it just feels so easy. Like, do I get on this train? They're like, just go on the train. Like you don't you know that that's the train, and just go. It's not like they're laughing because they're like, this is so easy. They're like, it's literally so
Great.
easy. They're like, it's not
Yeah.
even like something to bat an eyelash at. They're like laughing at me. Oh my God, this is hilarious. They're like, Jaclyn, all she has to do, they're like, we're trying to make this so easy. They're like, all she has
We
to
got
do
it.
is lift one foot in front of the other
Okay.
onto the train. That's the hardest part. They're like, we're making a joke.
No, as soon as you were saying that, I got it. We were on the same page. Me and the guides were on the same page because I was like, what I was wondering was like, am I really gonna back out? And what they were saying through you, which I understood energetically, was kind of like, you won't hesitate. It's just gonna be the small voice at the back of your head that's like, I don't know, the little insecurity, but I'm not gonna listen to it. Like that happens all the time. Like I'm posting a video or I'm posting a story and I'm like, oh, should I post this? This is weird. And then I do it anyways because I'm like, oh, whatever. Like it's just that little voice that's not gonna be a thing.
Yeah,
You
you
know
know
what I
what
mean?
else? You know what else they're telling me? They're like, you
What?
know how when you take a test when you're in high school and you get like an odd, some of these teachers do it every once in a while, a teacher will do it where like you get an extra bonus 5 points if you just write your name on the paper. Did you ever have a teacher that did that?
Yeah.
They're like, that's the energy. They're like, all she has to do is
Is
write her
write her
name on the
name.
paper. Like it's that easy. Like yes, you
That's so
could
funny.
forget to write your name, but like you're not going to. Like it's like that. They're like, it's that easy. They're kind of like making fun of me and you. They're like, you guys
Yeah, it's
like need
great.
to like. They're like, you got girls need to just like go with the flow.
Good. Okay. Well, it's about fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the energy. So basically what they said, um, this all relates to the root actually too. So what they said was you have this energy, they're like visualize it as this energetic pipe that goes through every single chakra, like
Okay.
down into the earth. And they said the pipe is like too narrow for the energy that's coming right now,
Okay.
like the
Yeah.
energy that's flowing through your body, the pipe is so narrow. So we widened the pipe because they said it was like getting stuck like here.
Okay.
So basically all we did was widen the pipe. You got like a new pipe, and then energy flow like so much easier. So it goes through your root and goes back up, um, both directions. And they said that that will get your energy flowing very nicely in your energy body. And they said as a little kid, it was the same thing. It was like the pipe was this big and you had this much energy. So it gets stuck like in the head space.
Yeah.
Um, so that's where like the pressure and the energy in your head and how that would manifest in different ways. That they were saying that's what happened when you were younger too. Yeah, because they said like the energy has to go somewhere. So they said like it's going out your mouth because you're speaking and writing and doing things, but it's like so much energy that it actually just needs a bigger pipe. Like
Okay.
you'd have to be like speaking and writing and da, 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 like in order to get it all out. So like your skin's helping. Your skin's like, all right, I'll help. And it's like giving like the acne.
All right, don't help.
Don't help. Don't help.
Don't help.
Please don't help
I think
skin. You
you're
don't
helping.
have to help.
You're not helping.
You're not helping. So all we did was we installed a big ass pipe. It's huge. So now the energy's gonna flow. You don't have to write a mile a minute. And I mean, you still need to do
That's how
that
it
'cause it's a
feels.
lot of energy.
That's how it feels. And I do have a lot of energy, and it's so funny because I've been I've been expanding out a lot. Every day I expand my work field out and I shine the light for opportunities that are aligned with me to see me and come to me and all the fun stuff. So I've been anchoring in these like really big frequencies, and it's been expanding my energy out and out and out more and more.
Well, that's what's happening is because you're expanding, right? So much, your energy that's coming through your vessel is like
It's
profound.
getting more stuck.
So
Yeah.
you just needed a tweak in your energy body. That's all.
Yeah. That's so funny with the pipe because I've been anchoring in source into my crown for my whole body into my Earth Star chakra. And I feel like that's
Yeah.
the pipe. I've been anchoring in my oversoul, my higher self into my soul star, and then source energy into my crown, all the way to my Earth Star, and then anchoring in Gaia from Earth Star and from the core of the Earth up. So
Oh
it's been
yeah.
like so I've been doing, yeah, that's really it's really grounding. So I've been doing a lot of that and a lot of expansion. And it's so interesting that I've been anchoring in those frequencies, and it's just been like really expanding me out, and it's like working. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it's working from like a energy pouring through your crown and up through the earth, and it because I can see both, right? Like your root, we had to expand it out. Like that's because it's coming from the earth. Your feet literally were anchored into the earth. And all that is because of what you're doing. It's like
Yeah.
working. Yeah, so
Um,
really cool.
I have two questions. I hope I remember them because I'm really spacey. So I started making my own face concoction, my own little potion.
Hmm.
And I'm using a carrier oil and like certain essential oils that are good for the face, like sun protection, acne, scarring. Like I feel like I'm using my intuition with that, but I feel like I'm so close to it.
I think there's like something for you in like routines and like daily things that you're doing that work for you and like you're gonna figure out like for example this is like figuring out the formula and it works because this is part of that sixth house energy
Yeah.
daily routines
But it's just so frustrating because I feel like I've been doing this for so long that I'm excited to move forward and I'm excited to do the things that I'm here to do.
and it's definitely the Capricorn energy, like the Capricorn moon. So like the Capricorn wants to build, it wants to move forward, it doesn't want to stay still, it wants to like get going. 11:11 on the clock. Yeah.
Yes.
Your Capricorn knows how to build anything. Your Capricorn is power straight up. So you have to go against like the exact template that your Capricorn had because it was the masculine Capricorn template. Now we're going to do
Pisces.
more of a feminine, let's just say it's a feminine Capricorn template because you don't ever lose those skills that you built with the Capricorn energy. So
Mm-hmm.
and we know it's going to be more of a feminine Capricorn or a feminine template because you have the Pisces, like you just said. So, like, all right, there's the clue if you needed one, the confirmation, right? So, this is how it is.
I've been watching these people online, and this is really what has inspired me to be my authentic self and create a YouTube channel and start speaking on my opinions and what I think but that's the thing. So it's like if people and I know this I don't want this to sound cringe because I'm saying it's coming out of my mouth, but it's like if people are watching my content or buying products in the future or doing whatever and it's like, "Oh, I love that. Like I want to be like that." What they're actually saying is I want to be my most authentic self
Yes.
because they're watching that frequency and they're like that feels like home because they're remembering what it actually feels like to be like home because I'll be portraying that through everything that I do and it's like what they're actually craving is themselves
Yes.
on a core level. It's not about me, it's not about my frequency. People will maybe misconstrue that or project that or label that as like, oh, like I like her frequency, but it's like, no, no, no. What you're actually craving is yourself to the core.
Yeah.
You're craving love for yourself. You're actually craving your own authenticity. You're craving your own frequency that has been lost in the sauce because of programming and content and EMF and technology and whatever. And it's like, that stuff's not bad. It's just recognizing being responsible for your own energy field and actually like loving yourself and getting to know yourself and what you actually like.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're craving. And so, because I recognize that when I watch people online being very authentic and inspiring me, and I'm like, that's what I want. Like, I
Yeah.
want to feel like that, you know?
And this did come up in your session. You're really like adjusting and like flexing into your new energetic template.
But it was making me crazy because I didn't know what I didn't know. And the guides weren't telling me because it had to be a journey of self discovery, which I understand. It was just frustrating as hell. Because I was literally, I would yell at them all the time, being like, what am I doing?
And like
And
even
they're
if
just
they
like,
told you, you wouldn't have been able to see it because you had to go through
nope,
different like points in your life that
yeah.
allowed you to have the vision to see it. You know, even if they were like, this is how it's going to shake out, it wouldn't have resonated.
No, because if they told me and it wouldn't feel like I desired to do it, it would feel like I was told to do it because that's what I think I should be doing rather than what I authentically desire.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have worked. Like you can't tell somebody what they're supposed to be doing. They have to like figure it out for themselves.
Right, because you're a more feminine template now. The masculine template would be like, you've already mastered the masculine energy, by the
I
way. Yeah, this is like the
yeah,
feminine template where it's like, what do you like? Oh, I like this. Like it's like all fun and play. Like your energy is now
yeah.
like all fun and play. It's not work. If it ever feels like work, it's not it. That's where
And
you
my
came
intuition's
from. So it's familiar. The work is familiar. That's where you came from. So
yeah, absolutely.
it's gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel weird to play. It's gonna feel weird to like make it all about you. Like it's gonna feel
Yeah.
weird because it's not like what you just came from. You just came from the masculine. You're not in the masculine. You're the feminine template now.
If there's anything that we need and like because we're doing the work, so it's gonna manifest for us, I guess I would say, because we're intending that. If there's anything that I need, it's always in my face. I'm just amazed about how things can like come together or how things are just like in your face. Like this is so obvious. Because it's like, oh, like I want to do this or I want to do that. And it's like I need help. And it's like, well, it's right like take a look around you. Like look at the
Yeah,
people around you.
right. Because if we're not attuned to the lenses of like it can be easy or it should be easy or it is easy, we just miss it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if
Yeah.
we're like, oh, it's hard, then you're looking for the hard way. You're like, okay, I know it has to be a little bit of a challenge. That's like my experience. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I just have the wrong glasses on.
Yeah.
Um, it's wild. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Let's see. I wrote down notes. Well, your heart looked awesome, by the way. Great job. It was like a
Yay.
wide open, beautiful lawn, and we just added like water droplets of Ahai and fertilized it. It was like people doing cartwheels. Like it was like epic. I was like, great job. This is great. Your stake or your solar plexus, your inner child like popped out and she was like showing you and her sitting by the water, just like hanging out and talking. And she said she loves she loves
My
me.
heart.
Yeah. She's like, I love when she just hangs out with me and talks with me and by the water. And then I charged up your cord together. She's like so happy. You spend a lot of time with her and she's like so grateful.
Not consciously, but I'm glad. I
Yeah.
feel like that bond just kind of not that's just I feel like that's just kind of a natural thing that happened. It's because I've been coming back to myself and just playing and doing whatever the fuck I want. I feel
Yeah.
like that's why.
Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. She's like so happy, like beyond. Like It was really beautiful. I was
Oh.
so happy. The only other thing is, oh, when I got to your legs, I saw them growing, and legs represents Sagittarius, and the guys were like, she's growing into her Sagittarius template, and they were like, make sure you tell her congratulations for getting here, like getting to this new template. Like it's like they're just like so proud of you. It was like Harry Potter, like at the Quidditch Cup when like he gets the snitch. Like everybody was like, great job, like you're crushing it. Like everybody was like so happy for you.
Oh,
And
amazing.
at the
Thank
end,
you.
we did a lot of throat clearing. There was like some stuff there. I mean, I feel like that's probably normal. And then they showed me a bridge. They were like, she's a bridge between worlds. I was like, well, I knew that. And then the last thing, I was like, all right, is there anything else you want me to tell her? And this is epic.
Okay.
They showed me literally the most beautiful hotel here on Miami Beach. There's like all these ultra luxury hotels. And they showed me the one that's like my favorite one. And it's very earthy, it's very abundant. And they showed me that hotel. And they were like, her energy is like a beautiful luxury hotel. That's where you're at, and view it as if you haven't already. And it makes sense with your root, because if your root is that big, like you literally, if you are visualizing your energy body, it's a huge ass hotel. You know what I mean? Like it's not a shack. Like you've got like a master root, you know?
How big is it?
It's huge.
I'm like looking around my room as if I can see it.
I know. Honestly, in my head, I think this was my human. I don't know. But I was like, damn, I think she's gonna have to move. Like, this is perfect.
Okay.
I pulled 3 cards. Scrying, trust your visions, intuition, plant seeds. Stone goddess, maybe this was the one. Unwavering love and support, maternal line. So it's like your feminine energy. You're supported. And then this is epic. This reminds me of your inner child. The sanctuary, harmony and balance, joy, contentment. The guides were like Harry Potter Quidditch Cup roaring.
I love I love that they
Yeah.
put in Harry Potter because Harry Potter's like our thing.
Yeah. So keep doing it. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Okay,
It's
good.
working.
That I love the validation with all of that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm honored. Thank you.
I'm honored.
And it's, oh my God, it's 11:44.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
I created an album on my phone of all the 144s that I have seen. Gas stations, gas tanks, like billboards, signs, numbers, you name it.
Well, I can
144.
add this to it. I'm like, this feels complete. It was such a pleasure, Carly, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
You too. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much.
I had so much fun in that session with Jaclyn. I did cut a lot out. The full time of us talking was over an hour. And I did cut some stuff out just because it's going to be some personal projects and some surprises for 2025 and some personal stuff as well that I just kind of work through on my own. Again, I think it's really important to receive energy healing. Even though I am an energy healer, I do energy work on myself. It's super important to also receive. So this was only the talking portion of Ahai. And so with Ahai, there is more of like a meditation portion, which we didn't record because it would have been really boring. I just kind of lay there and then I receive, and Jaclyn does the Ahai on my energy field. Ahai energy healing can be done virtually, and so obviously this session was virtual. If you are interested in Ahai, I will leave the link down below to check out my website and check out my Ahai booking page as well if you wanted to book a session with me. If you have any questions for me or Ahai, head over to my Instagram. My Instagram will be down below. In my highlights under YouTube, there will be a prompt in there where you can submit questions. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will chat with y'all next time.